All right. Hey guys, it has been a while. I just arrived in Porto, Portugal, one of my favorite cities to visit and to live in. And while I was taking some photos, I felt inspired to make another video, a very important video. So right now there's a lot of talk in the Webflow community about moving off of Webflow onto full code. And actually at Antler now, we've made the decision to move off Webflow onto full code as well. And so just to talk about the first major pain point I have right now as a Webflow developer is the speed of building. Feels really slow to build with Webflow now. This last week, I had a request to build a new slider component with some portfolio companies in it. And I had to build this by hand, div by div, style by style. And it just felt so slow after I've been using Claude Code to generate way more complex React components in seconds. Currently, there's no robust way to build with AI and Webflow. Now, you do have the site generator that can generate from scratch a site, but most of Webflow development is done on existing sites, and there's no really way to do this. Especially on like a Lumos site, there's no way that I can prompt to make a component. Let's say you rock up to work one day and people are like, the site is so slow today, what's going on? Well, in Webflow, I've got to go and open DevTools and find the issue and then fix it myself. With AI, like if we had a Claude Code agent, I can say, hey, Claude, why is the site slow? It's going to find the problem, tell me the issue, and then go and fix it. All in that time, I can be doing something else and I can start scaling my productivity with agents. So if I've got to build things manually, I can't be doing two things at once. It's just me. But with agents, this is why everyone's so obsessed about agents, is that you can scale your productivity, exponentially with multiple agents doing things for you asynchronously. So that's really the biggest pain point right now is just the build time to get things pushed out. Now let's move on to Webflow limitations. Webflow has always been a platform that's had inherent limitations. There's no native CMS slider, like classic ones like that. But we always accepted these limitations because it was the faster way to build, the easy way to build. But now it's not the fastest way to build anymore, and it's the harder way to build. Plus, we're still left with the same limitations as before. One of the goals for the new Antler website is to have people to be able to generate their own pages with their AIs and push it to the Antler website. This is going to require some API custom infrastructure to be built. And we might find that Webflow doesn't offer that infrastructure we need, or maybe it's gated behind a enterprise paywall, for example. So with full code, on the other hand, I feel very secure knowing that we have the freedom to build the features and the functionality we want without worrying if Webflow supports that or if they're going to gate it behind, enterprise, for example. Here's another one that I haven't heard a lot of people talking about. If your website is built on Webflow, you can only work with Webflow developers. Like at Antler, we have a tech team of developers that know a lot more about coding than I do and about web development, yet they don't build on Antler.co because they're building the app and the website is on Webflow. So it's just solid to me, the one Webflow developer. After the migration, we can all collaborate together and build out the website because now it's more democratic. Our whole team can work on it. So if you migrate your site to full code, you have the entire ecosystem of web developers to choose from when you're hiring team members or freelancers. So there's also much more flexibility when it comes to getting people on board who can work on your site. Before I talk about where we're going to, what we're migrating to, it's an important point to raise that Webflow is still good. There are good things about Webflow. And just because a lot of people are migrating to full code doesn't mean that you need to. Webflow is very user-friendly in a lot of ways. You can click a button and see all your pages. You can browse your CMS collections. You can open page settings to tweak your meta and title descriptions. You can publish to a staging domain, one-click publishing. You've got the assets panel. All of this experience of having this UI is really user-friendly. So if Webflow is working for you right now, you don't have to migrate if you don't have the pain point. Migrating from Webflow to code makes sense when you have technical people on your team, people that understand web development, people that are, even Webflow developers can now use AI to build out sites very easily. So that's important to remember. Now let's talk about where we're going to. And this isn't going to be a big surprise to a lot of you because it's pretty much the main stack people are using when they leave Webflow is Astro and Sanity. Let's talk about Astro first. Astro is a really awesome framework for building content-driven websites. It has great performance. It loads fast. It's very SEO and AEO friendly. It comes out of the box with these content collections, which are very similar to Webflow's CMS collections that allow you to effectively manage content like blogs. It's very flexible. You can build on top of it using whatever front-end framework you like, whether that's just plain HTML and CSS, or if you want to bring in React or like libraries like ShadCN, Vue, Svelte. Not to mention that Astro was acquired this year, I think, by Cloudflare. So it's backed by a really solid tech company, not just any tech company, but like Cloudflare, one of the leaders in web development technology. So Astro is really the platform that I would recommend if you have a content-focused site, you're on Webflow, you want to go to code, Astro should be your main site platform. But we need to address one other piece of the puzzle, which is the CMS. How do our users come together to collaborate, publish content, schedule content, create content that gets pushed to our site? This is where Sanity comes in. Sanity offers a really good headless CMS that is much more robust than Webflow's. It comes down to the same price. So $15 at the time of making this video per user. And so that's how it's charged. This is great because you don't have to pay any extra money to get onto Sanity, and you actually get a lot more features and a lot more custom flexibility in your CMS. I want to leave it there for this video. This video was just to tell people, like, here's what I think about this Webflow and AI situation. Here's what the plan is. In future videos, I want to share about how I'm building with AI and a lot more than just web development. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the next one.